They are new and breathtaking images of God's creation that scientists are now studying very closely. Last week, the world was amazed as NASA's James Webb Space Telescope revealed the sharpest and deepest infrared picture of the distant universe so far. Brother Guy Consolmagno, the director of the Vatican Observatory, knows many of the scientists who built that telescope. He joins us now from Rome. And Brother Guy, thanks for being here.
It's a delight to be here and share this stuff.
Absolutely. So this telescope has been called our golden eye in the sky. What does it reveal about the expansiveness of the galaxies, and how much more is there to discover?
Well, it's got a bigger mirror than Hubble did, and it's looking in wavelengths that Hubble wasn't able to see before. In particular, with the infrared, you can see through dust, you can see farther back in time, and so it's already discovered galaxies older, closer to the Big Bang than even Hubble was able to see. And it's that data that really give us not just the pretty pictures, but the way to interpret the pictures and understand what's going on in them.
Just amazing. So everybody's wondering, can these images actually prove God's existence?
Of course not. God is not something you prove. God is something that you accept on faith, and with your faith in God, then you have the courage to ask questions about God's universe.
All right, but you've said the universe is logical and beautiful. What do these images show us about God's creation and everything He set into motion?
Well, our basic story of creation, Genesis 1, started with a cosmology that was 2,500 years old, a flat Earth. But what Genesis adds is the thought that God deliberately made the universe as orderly as day follows night in a way that any one of us can understand. And the pinnacle of creation in Genesis was the seventh day, was the Sabbath, was the day when we get to stop worrying about what are we going to eat for lunch and instead think about this creation and the God who made it. And that's just an extension of what we're doing with the Webb telescope.
Right. Now, the Vatican's observatory began in 1582. How do advancements in science like these prove that science and faith in God can coexist?
Well, science began at the universities, the medieval universities, where people like Thomas Aquinas and St. Albert the Great were able to first ask questions about God's universe, because it is the church and its faith in a creator God that gives our culture the excuse to do science. What's more, you'll find that all through the history of science, the great scientists have generally been people of deep faith. The Big Bang that we're illustrating with the Webb telescope was devised by a diocesan priest, Georges Lemaitre from Belgium. And the idea that you have to somehow be an atheist to be doing science, that's a lie. The history is just that it's not true, including the dozen of us, all Jesuit priests and brothers, here at the Vatican Observatory.
That's a good point. All right, what else do you think we'll be able to discover about our universe if technology continues to advance at the rate it is now?
I was thinking about this. It was 50 years ago when I was a student at MIT, first beginning to study planetary sciences. And if I had known then how much we'd learn in 50 years, I would have been amazed.
Yeah.
I only wish I could be around for the next 50 years. I think even with the Webb, we'll be able to measure the chemistry of atmospheres around planets, around other stars, and maybe even find evidence that there's life on them, though I don't think we'll be able to talk to that life, but we'll know it's there. If it's there, that'll be exciting. We'll be able to test our ideas about how the universe was made, because we can see back to practically the very beginning of the universe. And every time we've done that, we've not only learned that what we had thought was right, but that there's more going on than we even ever could have thought. So that's why we're doing it, because we don't know what we're going to find out.
Absolutely fascinating. Director of the Vatican Observatory, Brother Guy Consolmagno, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, it's a delight to be here.
Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.